So, what are we taking a look at today? Well, if you haven't looked at the thumbnail already, you don't know that we're going to be working on this guy. This is going to be for the not Pro Street, the Street Machine group build that Mr. Jason is hosting over at Blue Ox Model Shop. And this is our selection. It's the Hot Rod Series Chevy Street Pickup. Well, it's got the word street in there, so that's okay. But you know, we do have to do some modifications to the build in order to qualify for the actual group build that Jason is hosting. If you're not familiar with the box art, here's some words. And then here's a teeny tiny little engine. And it's got, yeah, I don't know why you need a sunroof and a pickup truck because there's a very little surface area there to begin with. But really cool looking box art. You know, this is something that always captured my imagination whenever I was perusing through the model idols as a youngster. And always had high dreams of building something like this. I wanted to get a couple of these kits because there are a couple different versions I want to do. And the black does look absolutely sick on this thing here. But after thinking about it and sleeping on it and thinking about it some more, I'm not 100% sure we're going to do the black. All right, so instrucciones. I always find it interesting when they have an instruction sheet that's a full 8 by 11 and you have the narrower print on there. It's like, okay. Then you open it up, it's like, oh, okay, wow, they were into wasting paper back then. Awesome. Pretty standard instructions for the time. Put all this stuff on that, put all that on that, put this on this, and then off you go, off to the races, you know. Color callouts are back over here, and they are pretty generic. Red, orange, silver, black. Who doesn't have that in their paint stash, right? And now for the actual truck. I got a couple things in here we're going to save for a second, so we're not going to show you that right away, but the actual truck kit itself. The transparent tree. All one piece front and rear with the side windows, the wing windows. Looks like that helps hold it in place because it's like it's molded a little bit more proud there. Let's see if we can drill in a little bit. There we go. A little bit of flash, no problem. But yeah, it looks like that's going to help snap it in place. Hope it doesn't snap in general. But sunroof piece there. That's got a little bit of a blister to it. It's kind of raised in the center. Yeah, that's actually in really good shape, so that's nice. Set that there. The cab. The cab is nice. It's still mounted to the pour lugs, I guess. I don't know what to call them. It almost looks like it's got smokestacks going up the side. I think that's kind of cool. But boy, this is a very that's boring, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's got a master cylinder sort of molded into the fender. Ugh. And then that's supposed to be the blower motor for the heater there. And then we got the jack and the I guess that's the tire iron bit there. Maybe probably the actual jack handle molded there. That's supposed to be a battery. Yeah, that's supposed to be a battery. And then hey, it's got two wires. Gonna go to this coffee can over here. That's cool. And then I guess that's a washer bottle. Actually, no, washer bottle. Will the washer bottle be closer to the firewall? I don't know. Maybe that's an overflow bottle for the radiator. Speaking of radiator, there it is. Yeah, it's molded in place, and it's you can get, you know, it's got the texture on both sides. So, and then it's got the let's see, the turn signals. Looks like those are molded in place also. A little bit of a parting line there, no problem. Yeah, and this one's a Scottsdale. How about that? Hey, that's perfect for me. I don't live too far from Scottsdale. And then the back, well, it's got the open air conditioning system there, and it looks like we're a little wonkified. That seems to be my luck this year, but it is what it is. The actual bed of the truck has what passes for wood grain for the 1980s. And then we're just going to probably just gluing these guys straight to the side. Yeah, there's actually a notch there, it looks like. Yeah, it's got some little notches right here to help line this up, so that's a help. But which way is the front? I guess it's builder's choice. Oh, okay, that's going to help out there. That's part of the where it lines up on the frame. Okay, cool. So that'll help us out. And then the fenders, because it's a street machine, these fenders look like they have been worked over and flared and just opened up a lot larger. So, and then usually on these old pickup trucks, this step piece here was a separate piece, but this is molded into the fender. So, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be a fiberglass fender that's been modified or molded to fit the truck better or something. So let's see. Mod chop the. Okay, get my fingers out of the way. That don't look so bad. Looks all right. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Oh, there are a few parts that have fallen off trees here and there. Here's the. I'm missing an entire exhaust pipe. Look at that. How about that? Okay, interesting. I wonder if that broke off. Yeah, that broke off. That's all right. We're going to be swapping out the engine, and I think we're going to be using some solder headers, perhaps. I like doing that sometimes. Mounting bits for the wheels. Here's the fan. Nice little steering wheel, kind of cool looking. Tiny little gas tank. The all-in-one top of the engine. And then this looks like, I don't know, it looks like it's supposed to be an automatic. I can't quite tell. No, it looks like a manual. Looks like a manual. And then, oh, hey, look, a radiator. Oh, how about that? Front suspension is just a solid straight axle with a drop in it. Dinky little drive shaft. And then some pulleys. And then down here is what I imagine to be, since it's got pins on it like that, I think that's supposed to be the tailgate. So nothing fancy on the tailgate, just a tailgate. So we'll set that up there. And then next, these vintage kits are always kind of fun. Here's the hood. Oh gosh. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, you know what? That's not that bad. 70 coats of primer should cover that. I'll probably polish that out first, of course, but it is what it is, you know. Hey, look, another engine top. And then it has these trumpets here. Now, I think those are supposed to, yeah, those are supposed to be part of the exhaust system. It's got 4 exhaust trumpets. And then we have some speed parts here, some louvers. This looks like it's actually part of the intake plenum. That looks like an intake. Yeah, that looks like an intake into the plenum. This is what passes for the front bumper on this kit here. Kind of cool. Yeah, this is part. Yeah, so here's part of the exhaust pipes that go from the engine there all the way back, and then you have to mount these guys into or onto this little bit right here. And I recall doing this as a kid. That was the biggest pain in the neck, was working with that exhaust system. The rear of the cab. Cha-ching. The interior of the cab. Oh, it is a manual. Look at that. It's got the 3 pedals and the shift boot. Sweet. This is what the fender looks like when it's on the tree. And what else we got out here? Oh, another piece. This one definitely looks like the forward part of the bed, not the yeah, that's definitely the forward part of the bed there. Moving along. This is the interesting part here. Look at our suspension. Leaf springs all around. Look at that. So our chassis doesn't have much doesn't narrow at all very much. Not from the rear here. It doesn't have much kick up in it at all. I'm sorry about the blurriness of it. Very, very basic. Here's our differential axle. That's super wide, man. And then here is the dash. That looks cool. That should come out with some detail. And oh, is that a CB unit there? Oh, sorry, camera. Oh, I don't know. It might be a CB unit. No, no, no. I take that back. That's the air conditioning system, because there's the radio there. I think. I can't remember. My dad had a Scottsdale also, but it wasn't this generation. So yeah, really basic suspension on this guy. So that should be pretty straightforward. And then here is the chrome tree with our chrome valve covers, our chrome quick change differential, our, was that a hatchet there? Chrome hatchets. Oh, this is the taillight bits. Wheel backs. Inky wheels. Those are classic. That's a beautiful grill. I like how it's molded open. Thank you for doing that, Revell. Oh, here's the actual step pieces. Okay. I wonder if they slip on over the fenders. And then what we got here? We got a nice little chrome doodad button type thing. I bet that's a. Oh, you know what? I bet that's an air cleaner for the optional intake manifold that we saw. So yeah, so there we go. That's oh, and the shifter there. Looks like a B&M style shifter. But yeah, that is that. So all of that taken care of. Oh, and the decals, dazzles. Water slide transfers. That would be my nephew because my sister-in-law staying with us, and my nephew loves pushing that doorbell. These actually look like they're in really great shape, but we're going to keep those for the decal stash. But on to the good stuff here. Let's show you what we got going on. We have some Pegasus disc brakes that we're going to add. Okay, so that's going to be fun. And those disc brakes are going to go behind something that we got from our buddy over at Rattle Can Shenanigans, is these awesome wheels and tires. Look at the BF Goodrich on there. Look at that. These are staggered slightly. So let's get the rear fender, do a matchup. That meat fills the tummy just fine. That's going to look sweet there. So all we have to do is figure out our stance. Let's take a look at the front here, see if we can isolate that guy. This guy a little better here. One of the fronts. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's see how that fits up inside there. Yeah, buddy, I'm liking that right there. Looks like the back spacing on that's going to be just fine. So I'm really hoping that these mount up to the axles really well. And then we're going to have these brakes behind them. Probably won't be able to see them very well. That's the plan. Well, these could actually go to the wayside depending on what we got going on. But the cut to grass is going to be the Iceman Collections 572 big block Chevy engine with a single carb. That is what's going to be powering this behemoth. So I've done a white glue up on this thing here so I can do some mock-ups on it. The exhaust system is a little bit doesn't quite want to fit the frame for the chassis very well, so we're going to start doing some cutting and slicing on this here. We'll probably just pull these off and add some solder headers on there. But yeah, that's the plan. Then we'll paint this all up real nice and pretty and stuff it inside there. But yeah, all we got to do now is figure out what we want to do for our color on the truck, and then we'll get going. All right, y'all, take it easy. We'll talk to you a little bit in the next one. Bye now.